I should give up on YouTube at this rate, shouldn't I? Well, not just yet. I'm going to be reviewing Raina Telgemeier's drama, which turns 11 today, exactly on the 1st of September. So happy September, everyone. First day of spring, where I am, woohoo. Yeah, this year feels like it's flying by so fast, but it's only September, don't even get me started, it's still September, okay? I didn't mean to scare you, but I've probably read this book, like, I've lost the count of the number of times I've actually read it, because it is such a interesting book by the one and only Raina Telgemeier. Just kidding, I know how to say her name. I used to look at it and be like, how do you say that name? But it's Raina Telgemeier. And when I got this book when I was 10 years old, and I've been reading it heaps of times, and it's only today that I actually understood what the book is about, and like, it's obviously not that hard of a premise, but it's about a girl who falls in love with these two guys, well, only one of them, and I'm not going to say who, but one of them is, well, actually, okay, this is a good way to word it. One of them she knows is gay because he told her, but she's in love with another one, either one of these boys, so you have to read to find out. Their names are Justin and Jesse, and she's in love with one of them, but obviously, because she doesn't know that the person she loves is gay, it's like, it's this very complicated thing. But and she does theatre at school. She's a very theatre kid. You all know the ones who, gee, I'm not happy with the lighting over here, I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to like cover its weird light bulb. It's like I'm in heaven. I mean, I could be in heaven, actually, I wouldn't mind that, so hello from heaven. And so, yeah, she's a very theatre-ish kid. She doesn't really like do the acting, but she's still part of it because she does the backstage stuff. And so I don't go to school in America, so I don't know how much of a big deal theatre is, but I just, from what I take in books and movies, it's like, you always know the theatre crew, and like, I mean, in a stereotypical way, it's easy to say, well, most boys in theatre are gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, Seinfeld reference. But obviously Raina Telgemeier manages to do a good job in covering that up really well, because, yeah, I could not, first time I read it, I had no idea really. I guess I wasn't really, I knew what gay people were, but I didn't really, I guess, know too much about the theatre aspect of that. So, I liked Greg. Unpopular opinion, I liked Greg, and I'll continue to like Greg, okay? Look how cute he is. It's always the asshole that's the most handsome. But look how cute he is. If you know, when you're in love with a cartoon character, it's common though. Heaps of people in love with comic book characters. Like Scott Pilgrim is probably my favourite. If he wasn't just such an asshole. Well, they're always, it's, like I said, it's always the handsome ones that are the biggest dipshits. But, yeah, Greg was just like, Greg, why do you have to be such a jerk? You and Callie could have been so good together. And then it was, I hope that wasn't a spoiler, but, I thought the production she's doing, Callie, that's the main character, is doing for school is Moon Over Mississippi, and until today I thought that was an actual musical or play, and so I searched it up and there was nothing came up, and then I realised, oh, well, Raina Telgemeier did a really good job making this this musical or theatre production, because I thought it was 100% true until today, 11 years later after the book was published. I don't know why I do these anniversary sort of things. Maybe it gives me some sort of purpose because I'm like, oh, hey, I remembered the very first day book was in print. Even though I obviously wasn't there on the day it was printed. Yes, I was alive, but I had no idea that this book was out there. So yeah, I'll probably continue to do a lot of these because there's a lot of I have a lot to say about Raina Telgemeier books. Like, she's definitely one of my favourite cartoonists. And this book is like, it's kind of for younger readers, obviously, because I read it at a young age, but it's still enjoyable for like anyone of any age really, because these characters are quite mature. Because when I first read this as a little kid, I thought, well, obviously when you're younger than the characters, I thought these people are so grown up and mature, and now I'm older than these characters, but reading it is still like, they're quite mature for their age, and I feel like anyone can really enjoy this. It's obviously not like, it's not adult because there's no like sex scenes and stuff, but there's definitely some smoochy smooch. I sound so immature there, but it's just like, it's very, there's a lot of grown-up sort of language, well, not like super grown-up, but like teenagers sort of use it. Like, I'm still trying to work out what one of the boys said, I'm not going to say who, but, Justin or Jesse said, Justin said, if you're trying to make someone jealous, you should never make them have the upper hand. When Callie wanted to get Greg's attention. And I'm still trying to work out what he meant by that. I still don't really understand what he means. If you're trying to make someone jealous, you can never let them get the upper hand. Like, it sounds so simple, yet I can't quite figure it out. Like, it's still quite a grown-up book. But I don't think she should have walked off on Greg at the end. Like, Greg is just give him what he wants and then dump him later. Like, don't let the poor reader, me, be like, this is so awkward. But obviously I understand, I would not kiss someone again just because they want to use me. But of course I always go for the bad guy, don't I? It's very typical for someone like me. I can tell you're like, wow, what a surprise. And I don't know why the middle school is called Eucalyptus Middle School. I don't know if they're eucalyptuses in America. Is that my Australian ignorance? But as far as I know, eucalyptus is an Australian plant. I don't know why it would be called. That kind of took away a bit of the realism that Raina Telgemeier was trying to write in her book, because eucalyptus, no, I don't think there would be eucalyptus. I think that's pretty much Australian only, so I don't know what she's trying to do there. But it's not that it's a problem, it's just like, eucalyptus? I remember first reading that and being like, hang on, we're not in Australia, or are we? Is Callie Australian, mate? I'm Australian, but I do a really good Australian accent, right? And, anything else I have to say? Otherwise I'm giving too much away. And I just found out, the Greg's, the guy who Callie originally likes, the one the jerk, he has a little brother who then I found out towards the very end was in love with Callie. I can't believe that took me like 7 years to figure out. I really wasn't reading this book that well. I don't think I read books very properly as a kid because there's just so much that I missed out on. And obviously I got the basics. Like, as a kid, I knew what gay people were and stuff. But yeah, just so much more to this book. And I think you'll pick up on some Easter eggs. And if you do, please let me know if you have any theories. Happy 11th birthday to drama. I love you, Raina. Keep making great books. I can't wait to see what you put out next. It's been like, it's 4 years since you wrote your last book, so I'm expecting a new one. You have lots of pressure.